Hi, so I'm trading the ES on a 2000 tick chart with a 21 EMA. Um, so yes, I recorded this trade. If anyone wants to go watch it, it's just my last video. And before I get into the main video, I have to mention this because it's so annoying. But I barely did not get filled on this trade, and I was gonna go for 1 to 2. So I placed my limit order on the stop entry because I was trying to get the order ready at the same time that I was trying to record the trade, because I wanted to record the trade because I was just going to record it, then go into the regular video, and then after I missed it, it just made me want to stay and keep trying to record trades. But basically, it was between placing the order or clicking record, and I clicked record first, and then it had already triggered, backed up, and then when I placed the order, it had already done that, and so then I couldn't get filled. Um, and it was 1 tick. It was literally my limit order was right there, and it was 1 tick past it, and it was going back and touching it, and it did not fill a single time that it touched it. So, in my mind, I took this trade, but really I didn't. So I just wanted to mention that because if I did get this trade filled, then it would have been one of my most profitable days ever. So, damn it. Anyway. Okay. So we're in this range. I put my overnight highs here, overnight lows here. So yeah, I started around this area, around 8. So we started off in this downtrend. We have a break. You can look for an entry to try to make a new low, which here you get the failed second entry. So downtrend break, first attempt lower, second attempt lower, failure. I didn't take it, but realistically, it's not the worst trade because this short-term trend does have a break, and you can also expect a new low from it. But there's no clean entry here. When this bar triggered, this big bearish bar, when it ticks lower and then goes back, you could have gotten filled with a limit order, but I didn't see a clean entry that I wanted to take, so I ended up skipping it. But anyway, so we make a new low, we reverse, we get a higher low, we push above, so now we have a couple legs pushing through. We get this new uptrend. We have a break, a couple attempts at a new high. There's really no entries. We bounced early inside the range, and then we didn't quite reach the highs, and now we're going back lower. I didn't take anything in here. This is just choppy mess. But then we have a second leg up. So now we have these 2 legs up, pushing out of the range. And when you break out of a range, you can expect prices to fail. So here, of course, I'm looking for a short to fade, but I did not get anything. It just makes this new high, goes into a range. You get a breakout, pullback with no entry. That's way too big to enter on. I mean, if you used a limit order, I think you probably could have gotten a few ticks back with limit order, but yeah, I did not do that myself. I just wanted a very clean entry, maybe one that pushed lower than below the EMA and holds with its own swing bar. So I just didn't see anything I wanted to take, but I do eventually get to here. I draw this downtrend. This is the third bounce off the downtrend, and the lows fit pretty well. I was thinking, okay, it might just be here and then overshoot, but it could also just be here. It didn't really bother me because it wasn't that much of an overshoot anyway, but all I saw was third bounce confirming this downtrend, 2 clear legs up, second entry short. We just faded the range, and the uptrend has played out. So I was completely thinking bearish here. I didn't mind it going through the EMA because the context was so good, and it just chip chopped through the EMA, so it really did not bother me. But we do push lower. The channel gets an overshoot. The main channel gets this overshoot. And so here, I'm looking for a short, but I'm trying to be cautious because it did have an overshoot, which leads to a break. And it technically did break right there, but I was thinking, it's close enough that I could just consider it to be holding. And then I did get this trade because it held, and then it held here a second time, and then we got a failed second entry. I got in one tick early, and I wanted to get out as close as I can at the EMA. I wanted to get filled as further up as I could so I could try to get out before the EMA, but I could not get out before the EMA. But I thought that 1-to-1 was the best target here because, I mean, we just had this overshoot. I mean, it's confirming it here when you get this failed second entry that it's holding more, but I didn't think it was worth going for 1-to-2, which it would have made 1-to-2, but I didn't think that it was worth it. Yeah, even on the stop entry, it would have made 1-to-2, but that seemed like a way too big target for the trade. It's not the best looking trade in the world. So let me just check to see if there's anything happening, and of course there is. There's a trade as soon as I start making the video. So anyway. So now this downtrend has a confirmed break right here. Like, it looks like it breaks here, but really I consider this to be the break. And we start going into this range. Breakout, fails. I don't want to go long here because I'm concerned with the downtrend, so I don't want to try to fade this range. But yeah, eventually I extended the range to here, and there's really no entries in it because I didn't want to go long. I didn't want to buy in this range. I mean, the downtrend is still in play, so I can't, but there's no short entries either because you don't really reach the highs. You know, you get this push up, second entry short, horrible signal bar, didn't even reach the highs, so you can't take that. Then you push lower, you get a small breakout pullback, and then it kind of just turns into these two legs down here, and then you get a real breakout pullback, one that you can see a lot easier. And I did not want to enter there because it's just a first entry. I didn't really want to take a breakout pullback based solely on this downtrend because it wasn't super strong anyway, especially with the overshoot. But yeah, so I did not want to take that. But now we make a new low for the downtrend. So the downtrend has a break and a new low, so it's played out. It bounced early before these overnight lows, so clearly there's some bullish momentum going on. And then we push higher. We go into this range, which I drew like this at first, and then after we got these couple of breakouts, I extended them to here, which I was kind of thinking. I did not, so this trade right here, let me mark it. I didn't take it, but in hindsight, I kind of wish I had just gone for 1-to-1. There wouldn't have been room for 1-to-2. But basically, we bounced early, the downtrend played out, we reversed higher, we went to a range, which at first they were like this actually. And then I had extended them after I got cut these swings, and then eventually this. But I thought that this was, in hindsight, I thought that it was okay for 1-to-1. It's very clear. It's a breakout. Most breakouts fail. The downtrend played out. It's with the buy because it just reversed. So I'm thinking, okay, it's basically with this bullish reversal. So, but anyway, I didn't take it. We come off the highs again. Couple legs down. There's really no entry here. No way to get in on this. This is a massive bar. But then I get this trade, which you can go watch it. I recorded it and uploaded it as soon as I got out. So basically, I was thinking, okay, we can go short again because the uptrend has a break and a couple legs at a new high, and it made a new high. So even though we reversed early to the upside, the uptrend has already played out. And so at this point, I'm only playing the range rules and the bias. So the bias is down. I would still be willing to go long because that would be the current trend, but it played out. So now only the bias is down, and it's a breakout, and most breakouts fail, and I'm just playing the range rules at this point. So that's really what I'm thinking here. You know, this uptrend, in order for me to take this trade, I did need it to have an attempt at a new high, and you get this uptrend, you get a break, and then you get one attempt at a new high, and then it reverses down. So I actually thought that looked like a really good entry. Just considering the big picture context is what I mainly liked about this trade. And anyway, so we push lower, and we break out again. Eventually I lower the range to here. We break out. Most breakouts fail. It does fail. After a couple attempts, it pushes higher, and then this second entry short right here fails because you have first entry short, second entry short, failure. I didn't see a good fade entry here, but it's just very choppy. You know, I mean, since we're going long, you would want something above the EMA, and usually you don't always need it above the EMA in a range, but considering that we have no bullish momentum at all, I would want something above the EMA, to be honest. Like here, it is into the EMA, but it's like we're in a big bearish bias at this point, so I'm okay to go into it. But here, it's like the uptrend played out, this downtrend has a break, 2 small attempts. There's just no bullish momentum, so I don't really want to take stuff that's this choppy with the EMA. So, and then this trade right here, which I tried to enter on, but did not get my entry order filled. I was thinking it has a break, new high. It also has an overshoot. And even if you draw it in a way to where it doesn't have a break and a new high, then it just has a big overshoot. Or you can draw it a lot more like this, and it has a bigger break and a new high. So that's what I was thinking. And when I took this trade, I had my range down to here. I put it to these lows, and then it actually fit pretty good with this congestion. But yeah, I would have barely got out at the lows, which that wouldn't have bothered me because it is, you know, it is a clear support level. But anyway, I did not get filled, so whatever. Then it looks like we have another leg up, break, new high. That's way too congestive though. I was looking for something there, but I didn't get anything. And then here, this looks a lot better because you get a clear break out of this range, and there's clearly enough room to fade it. Looks like there's even enough room for 1 to 2, but maybe not. Yeah, there wouldn't have been room for 1 to 2, but you would have been able to go for more than 1 to 1 if you had wanted before reaching the range lows. So this trade here looks pretty good, but you know, obviously that happened while I was making the video, so I couldn't take it. And you know, had I seen it, I'm not sure if I would have taken it because I, you know, wasn't there to see it and take it or not, so I can't say for sure. But anyway, these are just my thoughts of the day. I didn't mean to rant about this trade at the beginning, which I don't know how long I was ranting about it, but it was very annoying, barely not getting filled, and then watching it go straight to your target. So anyway, that's just what I saw today. And I guess that's it for the day. Hope y'all got this trade, right here. But anyway, that's it for the video, and I'll see y'all in the next video.